Hello and welcome back to City Skylines San Vooprisco. It's been a while, and last time we ended things off with getting out of debt. The entirety of our city is absolutely demolished still, and I don't even know where to start repairing it. We're still at serious risk for a large amount of disasters, but I guess we start by just slowly rebuilding important parts of the city and just hoping nothing big hits us. Honestly, what could really happen now? I don't really know if anything big could happen that would knock us out. We've already survived pretty much the worst possible scenario twice. These parks are really cheap to maintain. I'd very much like to get my people happy so that they pay a little bit more taxes. There we go. See, things are getting back on track. We can get some fire service back. We have our money. We've got people happy, moving back into the city. We can start getting some services back. It's fancy stuff. Our population is almost back at 6,000. Most houses in the urban areas have been re-inhabited. Even in the non-urban areas, there aren't many destroyed houses left. They've all been moved back into. The pumping services are going to be important to get back online at some point. Not right now, though. Earthquake sensor's pretty big for us because of the disasters. We'll go ahead and rebuild all the little things. Another park. 2 parks. The third park. Firehouse, that's important. We just have to make sure we don't use more money than we have. We definitely do want a trash service back online, but I think we already did. Yeah. Okay, things are looking pretty good. People are upgrading. Buildings are being moved back into. We did actually fix this before, which was nice. So our little tourist area will be back at some point. I mean, there isn't any water back here really, but it's starting to come back. Oh, these are actually expensive. I should not make too many. I thought they were cheap as the other parks, but they are not. Oh, look at all of those destroyed wind turbines. That is sad. That's a lot of damage. We're gonna need some flex tape. I make that joke too often. Time to enable another wind turbine for electricity. Things have been going pretty calm, actually. This is all empty now, so the tsunami defenses are actually ready if another one decides to hit us. Not that we'd survive it, just that we would be slightly ready for it. Although when it comes to loans and stuff, we are not ready for it. We have a lot to pay back. Elementary schools, how much does that cost? 160, so we'll get that back. Man, we took a lot of damage. I'm gonna be honest, I am surprised that this series didn't end. I really thought it was the end. I didn't see any way we could have come back from that. Yet we did. How do we not have enough sewage availability? It's just because of the amount of buildings we have? Huh. Well, let's go ahead and plop down some more sewage. People don't like it when they... Oh, no, that's not why. Shoot, I'm dumb. That was a waste of money. It's because of our budget on water being so darn low. There we go, that should be better now. We can also turn up fire a bit so that our emergency stuff is back on track. It's gonna hurt the money we're making a little bit, but you know what? It's more important. It's important that our city is safe. Man, there are a lot of repairs and a lot of changes that are going to be made in this city to make it safer. A lot has to go down. One of which is making sure that the water has a nice outflow. Not this. It's going to be much nicer than this. Actually, this needs to be kind of flattened out to sea level, because it doesn't make much sense to have it dipping under sea level. There we go. So now we can see the difference between sea level, which is here, and ground level, which is actually still quite the dip. So that gives us enough room to do some drainage. And drainage is what we're going to be doing for a bit. We need to make it so that the city has a way for the tsunami to drain out after it hits. We also need to get a district up on the mountains again. I just don't have the money. We also have to fix all these roads. I guess we'll do that now. Like, lots of roads. We don't use them yet. But those broken road icons are triggering. And it's not that expensive to repair. And this actually does let people switch lanes and stuff, so I guess this part right here is useful. There we go. Oh, we actually have a bit of flooding. Interesting. It's almost as if flooding is a problem that we encounter occasionally in multiple series. There we go, looking good. We've got some broken electrical lines, which, honestly, they don't lead to anything anymore, but fine, we'll fix them. We'll fix these. We will rebuild this because that was important, but turn it off. We will rebuild our...
The Coast Guard is warning of
Oh, you have gotta be kidding me.
should avoid roads and
Where? Ah! Not right now, game. We've just recovered, and I'm not allowed to pause that. We can go to slow speed, though. And you know what? It's a 5.6. Okay, how much money do we have? We have 37,000. Let's invest in that drainage system right now. Oh, this is gonna really hurt the population, but you know what? Compared to the damage a tsunami will do to the population, it's probably not that bad. Although that did hurt. Okay, canals. We want a shallow canal running. Is that deep enough? Oh, yes. That's wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna keep this shallow canal. We're gonna have it run all the way through the city. I don't know what used to be here. Oh, well. This is more important. There we go. That is going to be our first proper flood drainage system. We're going to expand that across the city, but we don't have the time to do it right now, so we're just going to do the best we can. Here we go. One step at a time. How close is the tsunami? I have no clue. I'm not going to worry about it until it's here. This may sound like procrastination, but it is just strategy. Ah! I'm sure that's what everyone tells their teachers, too. Okay, how close? Okay, it's pretty close, but we're doing it. We're doing it in time. It's not that bad. The population did take a bit of a drop. But that's okay. We're still making money. Now we have this massive, massive area for drainage, which should serve to protect the people. And you know what? We're going to make it way deeper so that it can hold the tsunami water. Oh, you can make a wide canal? Yeah, we can't really fit that in our city shape, though. Okay, so I'm going to very much... Oh, this needs to turn on. And this needs to turn on. Everything needs to turn on right now. This is when things get serious. These need to turn on as well. They're expensive, but you know what? They're gonna be useful. Okay. Now we've got flood walls. We've got a way for the water to get out. Oh, shoot. The flood truck areas. We don't have the money. I don't want to go into debt again, so we're just going to be patient and rewait. Oh, no. Oh, actually, I don't care. That is nowhere that affects me. Okay. This is going to be fine. San Vooprisco has been through worse. And we've survived worse. This may not actually go up the first tsunami wall. It will actually. But you know what? It's gonna hold a lot of it back. It's gonna pour around the side, but we have ways for drainage. And maybe it won't. It looks like it isn't actually gonna go over the wall. Did the tsunami defenses actually pay off? Yeah, they're getting close to the wall. But the rate at which it's going up is actually severely dropping. This here is taking in a whole lot of the tsunami. Look at that. That is being extremely effective in the fight against the tsunami, taking out about half of its mass. Now the tsunami is pouring over. However, it's not enough water to really do anything because we have a second wall here. It looks like the tornado isn't really doing much yet. Oh, these buildings that we should just honestly move these. Shoot. Never mind, we don't have the money to do that. We don't have the money to just throw around. We have to make sure that this tsunami won't cause any serious issues first. But you know what? It's filling in the bay area, but other than that, I'm not seeing any real damage. Over here, we have a little bit of trouble. But this is where there aren't really any tsunami defenses, and there's the river here to push the water in the other direction. So let's see how this does. We need to expand the wall, though, for sure. All of our people should have the same defenses. Hopefully this pump is doing a little bit of work to slow it down. It looks like, once again, it's going over a little bit, but it's not really the scary tsunami we're used to. We've got a little bit of spilling. Where's the tornado? It's over there, but it's actually not doing any damage. It's gonna hit the highway, but we can fix that. Okay, the water is going over a little bit. It's going into Sheffield Square. Hopefully the flood trucks get called over. We have 20,000. We'll build another flood station. Look at the flood trucks go. Okay, let's go into fast speed now. It looks like we do have a bit of damage. However, the flood trucks are getting to the scene. Can they hold back the flooding? Here they go. Here goes the flood trucks. Can they hold it back? Can they keep another massive disaster from occurring? Okay, we have a bit of a drop in population of 600. Mostly because of this area, Park, which was hit very hard due to the lack of tsunami defenses. However, compared to the disasters we've had in the past, this is really, really, really minor. The water is going on its way. This area isn't even flooded anymore. Very little buildings were actually destroyed. A lot of people are actually upgrading during the tsunami. We have a bit of damage to the industrial sector. Our money was certainly... Oh, now the water is coming in. Okay. So it should start backflowing out of this channel soon, though. And that is the hope. And it is. It is draining. The water is draining. Oh, beautiful. See, they're... Actually, the water is going away before people abandon their buildings. Oh, the population took quite the hit, though. Yikes. That hurt. We didn't have the shelter set up, so there wasn't a ton we could do. Oh, we did have the shelter set up. It's just we have no food, water, or power to it because it's off. We didn't have the money to turn it on. It's okay. This is not as bad as last time.
Take caution and avoid roads and water.
We can definitely come back from this. We're barely in debt from it. The population is already jumping back up to pre-flood levels. The flooding is going down. Hopefully the flood trucks can deal with it before people abandon. And it looks like they are. They're getting to the other parts of the city. I think this is one time where we can say that we kind of won against the tsunami. It didn't really do much infrastructure damage this time. It did cause a lot of death, but to fight that in the future, we will turn on our large emergency shelter. And we will just keep an eye on that so that we can actually evacuate people. If we had sent people to it right now, there was no food or water, so they would have died anyways. But you know what? Look at that. We have recovered from the tsunami. The tornado, of course, did a little bit of damage to infrastructure, but other than that, nothing really hurt. This right here is annoying, though. Broke one of the ways to enter the city. Our incoming money is going up, which means that we'll just be able to fix that soon. You know what? When it comes to horrible, horrible, horrible disasters, that goes onto the bottom of the list for this series. We are really not doing too poorly after that. This right here can be credited with most of the success. The floodway did a great job. The water level in the floodway should drop a little bit. It's going to go up and down because of just the water bobbing back and forth. But the sea level will be dropping soon. You can see right here the water is pulling back. As the sea level drops, this area, yep, this area is dropping. Or is it? It's going all over the place, it would appear. Now it's going back. Are flood trucks causing this? Oh yeah, one flood truck is actually pumping the water out of... Many flood trucks are pumping water out of the canal. Okay, you know what? That's fine, because it's just going to get rid of flooding. It's going to lower the canal and lower the water level over here. Okay, so I'm going to call that a majority success. We've got a little lake over here. The crater forest wasn't even destroyed this time. And we're back to making money. Like I said, we lost a lot of population, which is a shame, but we're already above where we were. If we look at our city statistics, look at the speed at which we recovered from that compared to how long it took to recover from the other disasters. Like here, it took forever to come back. Here, it took a long time. And here, we still haven't recovered from that. But this massive drop was recovered extremely quickly, which means that our defenses are actually working as planned. We should actually be capable of surviving most major disasters. And we can get some stuff online that'll help us predict them more easily. Thankfully, we got advance warning on that tsunami. I really wasn't expecting it. So I guess we just wait until we no longer owe money, and then we just fix up. I mean, everything is fixing up right now. We've got our pumps at work, lowering the floodplains. Hopefully the flood defenses go back online before the next one. But honestly, we could probably survive another one. Here it goes. I think the water is reversing direction now. Yes, this is the way it's supposed to go. Now, because the tsunami is over, the water is going to be exiting the city area. For a second. Never mind, it's going back again. I guess that still gives us a margin where it's higher. I mean, the water will fall into this and go out. It's just not as extreme as I was expecting it to be. I wonder if we should just make this all keys. If we just want like that. That may look a lot better. But I don't have the money. We'll worry about fancy stuff like that later. Right now, it's getting out of debt and repairing our poor city. Our literally poor city, because it's very much in debt. We have a ton of demand for residential, and because of that, we're actually going to cut a bit of this industrial sector. This was only used because we really needed it at the time, but we don't really need this anymore. So I'll make a very thin, light commercial line here. Oh great, there's a fire. Yay. And then we will zone this all residential. And that will allow new people to move in to another section of the city. Wow, look at the population go. 7,000. Even though we have a major fire crisis over here now. And we're having electric problems. We're coming back. Slow but steady. It is going to be quite the adventure getting this city to a size that is impressive. But I think with small victories like this, we'll make it. Look at that. We've almost come back from the debt we made. The water level's still a bit higher than normal, which is going to prompt me to actually raise this. Because it's kind of ridiculous. We're just kind of pumping the ocean. Oh, and we have money now! Yay! So let's just toughen this up a bit. So right now there's too many spots that water is leaking in. Jeez, it's going up again. The water level is very bipolar right now. It cannot decide what it wants to... Wow, look how quickly it's moving. Holy moly. Is that just going directly into the city? What is happening? Yeah, it is. Slight flooding. Flood trucks. Flood trucks. Shoot. That's a bad. That's a bad. The flood trucks are dealing with it, but I don't know why it's happening in the first place. That was an interesting rush of water. Man, and it's still coming. Now it's coming from this side. It just like threw a ton of water out. That's so weird. These are just very slowly going down. We got a bit of flooding at the bridges. Very sad. Look at that. We've got a lot of money. And we're going to use it to pay off one of our loans. And we'll actually pay off our other loan in a second. The population is about to hit 9,000. Making this the fastest growing period of the city in our history. Other than right here, which was kind of... and here. Those two areas were kind of similar, but this is still very fast for the city to be rising in population. And it's good timing as well. We really need it right now. This is actually enough growth for me to completely kick out this emergency industrial area. There's no reason to have it here anymore. Instead, we can invite new residential, which will push up the population, push up the taxes, and help us recover. This has to be expanded, like I said. There is so much work that has to be done. But we'll get there, one step at a time. What I'd like to do is have a flood canal that goes all the way across the front, and a bunch of lines that go down to send the water down, but I don't think I have enough. I think that'll rip down too much of the city, at least right now. Maybe later we'll have more sections of the city that are safer, but it's not a good idea at the moment. However, a better idea might be putting a section of the city up here, a little bit higher. The mountain was a good idea, but it was just too disconnected from the rest of the city to be functional. You know, we're gonna move the university. Just make people very happy. Honestly, if we just keep pushing people back to a normal life, you know, if we keep repairing things and bringing their lifestyle back to normal so that they don't have to worry about things, that's the goal. Make people happy. And part of that's going to be pushing back into education. Part of that's going to be fixing our city. What's the word for it? Well, fixing our city in general is a big one. But we also want to fix our services. That's it. We don't have a ton of services available right now. We kind of had to shut them all down. But now that the city is experiencing rapid growth, I think that we can really start pushing towards services again, including a better police headquarters, schools, a lot of exciting stuff for our citizens. We are now in an age of great rebuilding and prospering. I actually have a plan. So we're gonna move this here. We're gonna move this. We're gonna move a lot of things, actually. We're gonna move this in. We're gonna move this over here. We'll move this first. Then we'll move this over here. No? What's there? What's blocking me? The road? Shoot. Well, you know what? We'll put one of these over here. We'll put one on the other end of the city so that they get a bit of defense as well. They are complaining about pollution. I don't exactly blame them. It'll get better over time, though. They're just gonna have to live with it. How's our health doing? Yeah, we have some serious health problems. Hopefully they get better. The pollution is going down over time. Probably not fast enough, though. So we'll give them some medical stuff once we have the money to. Just to help out, and the city needs it as a whole anyways. There we go, we'll put a doctor's office right here, which is going to support the recovery of the area. I would go with a full-blown hospital, but that's really expensive, and I don't know when the next disaster is going to come. What is important is that the average health is going up, and now we have enough heal capacity for the whole city. This area is starting to recover, and as the pollution goes down, it should get better. These sensors are really important in these disaster things, so we're just going to slowly rebuild them. Our garbage service is going to be fixed. We are having issues when it comes to electricity, so we're going to turn our electric services back on. Let's just not overdo the services to the point where we're losing money. Oh, we had a pumping service over here too I didn't even know about. This is what happens when I wait too long to make another episode. Here we go. Let's go ahead and fix up this road here. This is really affecting our transport and putting way too much burden on one side of our road system. But we are fixing it, so everything is going to be okay. Shoot, we do have an issue, which is going to be our repair. Because it looks like this specific interchange doesn't want to be fixed. Stop refusing my help. Uh-oh. This is not good. I really like this interchange, and it's really expensive to get another one. So let's hope I can get this working. Okay, so we'll do this. Right. Fantastic. And then this, and then yes! Oh, beautiful. Fantastic. That is 10 out of 10 fixing. We gotta repair these now. Seems like we have a little flooding, which probably means our entire city's dying again, but that's okay. Look at that! All fixed. Everything is fine. Now this side of the highway is back and functioning. Everything's looking pretty normal. Great. Water levels over here are dropping, I think. I honestly can't tell anymore. We can rebuild this marina and hotel because we have a lot of money. We're actually going to fix this entire tourist area. Even though it gets destroyed every disaster, it does convince people to upgrade rather quickly. It looks like we have a little bit of trouble with death care, which is a shame. So why don't we put a crematorium here and here, because we don't have any right now. And our cemeteries are filling up. How's our health spending? Oh, it's actually really high. Okay, good. These guys are ready to rebuild. That means almost the entire city is rebuilt now. That's exciting stuff. This is starting to drop. This is starting to drop. We are almost ready for another disaster. However, that doesn't mean we want one. That just means we won't completely die if we're hit by one. Okay, things are looking good. Fantastic. I like it when things are going well. And now we can pay off our last loan, I believe. Yes, we can. Congratulations, we are completely out of debt. And now we can invest a ton of money in new flood defenses, like digging out massive areas to hold flooding. This entire area right here is going to be one big flood pit. And then using that to expand the flood wall. In order to allow more water to be pumped, we're going to turn on these outlets. So we have the money to now. They're pretty expensive, actually, but that's okay. This shouldn't cause any flooding, but it may take a little bit for the water level to get used to the added water. Look at that, that's the most unsafe bridge of all time. A like 100-meter long wood bridge over a river. It's beautiful. But this is actually very nice. This drainage system is working well. I'm very happy I added it. Okay, things are going well. I love saying that. I probably say it too often, right before disasters happen. However, look at that. Another massive section added onto the tsunami defenses, which will protect not only our tourism, but it will protect our new area for residential, which is very important because there's a lot of population there. It's nice to know that our defenses finally paid off. Look at that. All the water is rushing over and being sucked away. Whisked away. No tsunamis incoming. No disasters incoming. It is almost too good to be true. We can actually afford to do a little bit of an expansion next time, because this episode is over. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. We are in a new golden age. Bye. Oh wait, right before we do that, let's just very quickly go into city statistics, and it's looking pretty darn good, isn't it? Almost the highest now this is the greatest change in population we've had by far, right there. That is progress. This is a golden age for our city. Yeah. Bye.